Okay, here we go. We're gonna keep going. Yesterday we looked at converting millimeters to meters, and part of it is looking at this chart right here, right? And understanding that we're moving up and down this chart by factors of 10, paying attention that places like here, it's actually a factor of 1,000 right here, or 10 to the power of 3. Okay, same with this one. This is 10 to the power of 3. This one here only goes up by a factor of 10. Same with this one. This one here, you have to go from -1 to 0 to +1. That's 10 to the power of 2, or 100. These go up in steps of 10. This goes up in steps of 1,000. And this goes up in steps of 1,000. What's happening right here in this line, this is base units. This is 10 to the power of 0. So in physics, remember that's kilograms, liters, meters, seconds. There'll be more, but those are the base ones. When we look here at converting, I should have had students' notes, converting 20 kilometers to meters per second. When we look at converting 20 kilometers per hour to meters per second, we're going to do this strictly through unit analysis. I'll turn it this way. Nope. This way. There we go. Okay, so always remember this trick here. We have what we want over what we have. So we're going to take our 20 kilometers per hour, and we need to get all the way over here to meters per second. So let's pick on one unit to convert. Let's pick on kilometers right now. Okay? I have kilometers and I want meters, right? This is what we're saying. I want meters. In 1 kilometer, how many meters are there? There's 1,000, because kilo, if we look back at that thing, kilo is 1,000. So now that I've got meters in the top denominator, I need seconds in the bottom, or top numerator, sorry. I need seconds in the bottom. So let's work on hour. And we're going to do it in 2 steps, but you're going to get to a point where you're going to know 1 step. Okay? If I have an hour, and I'm going to switch. I have and I want. My want is on the bottom because I need my time in the bottom. It's not set in stone where your want and your have go. You put it where you need it to be, and then you work accordingly. So in 1 hour, let's go to minutes. In 1 hour, there's how many minutes? 60. Okay? I want time in the bottom. I want seconds, and I have minutes. How many in 1 minute, how many seconds are there? 60. And so when I do this in the calculator, I can do it all in 1 step. I can go 20 times 1,000 divided by 60 divided by 60. You can multiply by 1 if you want, but you don't have to, because anything multiplied by 1 is itself. Anything divided by 1 is itself. Okay? And so I end up with 0.555 repeating, because our calculators end up at 6, but it's repeating. And I did something wrong. I'm out by a factor of 10. Because I only multiplied by 100. See in my calculator, I only multiplied by 100. So 20 times 1,000 divided by 60 divided by 60 is 5.555 5, blah, 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 repeating. When I go back to my original question says convert 20 kilometers per hour to meters per second. Oh my goodness. I can only have how many significant digits? 2. These ones here in between, these are static. They don't contribute to our accuracy or our precision. So this 20 kilometers per hour, we can only be 2 significant digits. So 1, 2. This 5 will play on that one. So my answer is going to be 5.6 meters per second. Okay? Maybe this will make the board easier. Does that make sense? Is that better? Seeing the board? Maybe? Give it a whirl and we'll see. Okay. Next question, number 3, says convert 72 or 720,000 seconds to years. We're going to use that same process of just unit analysis, unit conversion, okay? Let's start off with what we know. We know 720,000 seconds. Over here, eventually I'm going to want years. That's where I want to get to. So I want over what I have. And I put my want in the numerator because years is a whole number. It's not a fraction. Okay? So I have in seconds. What's the next thing after seconds? Minutes. So in 1 minute, there's how many seconds? 60. Okay? Now, minutes, what's my next step? Hours. In 1 hour, there's 60 minutes. And next step is hours. What could I go next? Days. Okay? In 1 day, there's how many hours? 24. What's my next step? I got days. Where can I go? I can go straight to years. Okay? In 1 year, there's how many days? 365. There's technically 365 and a quarter, but we're not going to worry about the quarter piece, okay? All right, so when I look at this, I can see that my seconds cancel out, my minutes cancel out, because a minute divided by a minute is 1. My hours cancel out, my days cancel out, and I'm left with year, which is what my end goal was. So I know I've set my math up correctly. It's just a matter of being smart enough to put it in your calculator properly, which is something I haven't been able to do apparently. And then I'm going to go divided by 60, divided by 60, divided by 24, divided by 365. And I get 0.02283100502 years. That's what my calculator tells me. But how many significant figures do I have here? I have 6, right? So does this 0 count? Nope, because it's a leading 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 5 will play onto that 0. So I can put this answer in a couple of different ways. I can go 0.0228311 years, or I could go 2.1234562.28311 times 10 to the what? -2, because it's behind the decimal. It's a small number. Okay? Make sense? Okay. It says, let's work through this together. There's no sense in rushing this. It says, let's look at page 6. And then we're going to look at 2B. 2B, 2C, 2E, F, H, and J. So B says 1.20 meters, and I need to go to centimeters. Hello, focus camera. There we go. Okay, so the information I have, stop it. The information that I have 1.20 meters, and I want to end up in centimeters. If I do my want over my have in 1 meter, how many centimeters are there? There is 100. And if you don't know, there's 2 spots you can look. You can look here. There's centi. Remember, our base units is right here is milli. So there's 1, 2. There's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Or you can look on your physics data sheet. In the middle on that one piece, and you can see here as well, right? You can see that here is the base right in here. So this would be meters, kilograms, liters, seconds. Feel free to write on your data sheet if this is confusing. And then, so it's 1, 2 jumps, so that's a factor of 100. There's 100 centimeters in a meter. So then what's my answer? Should be 120? Okay, and let's look here. How many significant digits do I have? 3. 1, 2, 3. My answer has 1, 2, 3. I'm good with that. Okay? C. 900 millimeters. And I want to go to meters. So I start with what I know, and I work my way up. Want over have. I have millimeters. What's the next step that we're used to? Centimeters. In 1 centimeter, how many millimeters are there? In 1 centimeter, how many millimeters are there? There's 10. It's a jump of a factor of 10. Okay? Well, you can't see because the light was shining. But there's 10. Okay? Now that I have centimeters, I want meters. In 1 meter, how many centimeters are there? 100. Okay? And so I'm going to go 900 divided by 10, which is 90, divided by 100, which is 0.9 meters. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you'll be able to do 900 millimeters, and I know that there's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter because milli is 1,000th. That's the definition of that prefix, milli. Eventually you'll get there, but it's fine to do it step by step by step with numbers that you do actually know or are able to understand from the chart. Okay? Now, are we done? How many significant digits in our original answer? 3. So our answer actually has to be 0.900 to keep the same level of accuracy. Okay, next one said 56 grams E. 56 grams to kilograms. Start with what I know. I know I have 56 grams. We're going to do the big jump. Want over have, I have grams, I want kilograms. Kilo meaning what? Kilo means 1,000. Mega means 1,000,000. Okay, those are, centi means 100, right? A centipede, 100 legs. When we get used to hearing those numbers, we actually can understand what they mean. Milli means 1,000, the th at the end of something. Centi means 100. Kilo, a kilometer, there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Okay, kilo means 1,000. So in 1 kilogram, there's how many grams? 1,000. So 56 divided by 1,000 is? Kilograms. Okay, let's look. How many significant digits do we have here? 2. How many does my answer have? 2, because this is a leading 0. So my answer is good. F says 0.235 kilograms. Oops, can't see my paperwork. 0.235 kilograms going to grams. Okay, start with what you know. 0.235 kilograms. Want over have. I have kilograms and I want a gram. And we said in 1 kilogram, there's how many grams? 1,000. So what's 0.235 times 1,000? Double check our significant digits. How many? 3. How many here? 3. Put a box around that guy. Okay, what was that? That was F. H. H is 80.0 milliliters, and it's asking us to put it into liters. Okay, start with what you know. 80.0 milliliters. I want versus what I have. I want liters. I have milliliters. Milli being 1,000th of something. So in 1 liter, I have 1,000 milliliters. And so how many liters do I have? Let's look. How many significant digits do we have here? 3. 1, 2, 3. How many do we have here? We have 2 here. So we need to go 0.0800 liters so that we keep the same level of accuracy. Okay. Is this good? It's just taking a little bit of brain of switching how you learned math to how we do physics, but you guys are way more than capable. I have faith in you. 0.357 milliseconds, that's what MS stands for. And it's asking us to convert to seconds. So I know that I have 0.357 milliseconds. 1 over half. You'll get to a point where you won't need to write in the W and the H. I need seconds. I have milliseconds. So in 1 second, how many milliseconds are there? There's 1,000 because of the prefix milli, right? And so my answer is 0. What? Oh, there can be a few more zeros than that. Somebody help CJ out. Okay, let's talk about that. Your calculator said 3.57 E. Negative what? Negative 4. Okay, I like that your calculator told you that because we haven't talked about that. This E on your calculator, if you look, see if I can get this to work. If you look, it's right here, right above your 7 and then a comma. If you were to go shift and then this E, EE on your calculator, on your face of your calculator, not your face, but on the face of your calculator, if I go 6, second E, EE, negative 4, so this is what his answer looks like. 6E negative 4. His is 3.57 E negative 4, right, Rainiel? Or Rayleigh, sorry. This E means times 10. This means times 10. So your calculator is actually saying 3.57 times 10 to the negative 4. Okay? So when we get doing some bigger math, and a lot of you like to do this piece where you go 3 times 10 to the power of negative 4. You like to use these buttons over here. I want you to be doing 3 second E negative 4. Because this part here where you enter in the times 10 and then the little hat sign, every keystroke you make is an opportunity for error. So the less keystrokes you have to do, the less opportunity you have for error. Okay? So I'm going to elevate you in your calculator use. All right. So times 10 to the negative 4. So 0, 3, 5, 7. That's what Cedric was trying to say. Seconds. How many significant digits here? 3. How many do we need to have in our answer? 1, 2, 3. These guys are called what? Leading zeros. So this is correct. And if I put a second on there, this is also correct. Only we don't write it with the E on the paper. We don't write it with an E. We write it like this. Okay, we write the times 10. Don't write the E. Because a handwritten E actually means something different. It's an exponent thing. It's a Mrs. Johnson world thing, not my world. Okay? Okay, then the question said to do what? 4A, C, and D. 4A. Okay, it says convert 85 kilometers per hour to meters per second. I like these. This is where we live in this world. Always we get something in a kilometers per hour and we need to put it the other way. So start with what you know. Always start with what you know. I know kilometers per hour. What unit do we want to convert first? You want to convert to meters first? Sure, okay. So that means we're going to focus on the kilometers. We need meters in the numerator. So my want is going to go up on the top in the numerator position. And what I have kilometers, I want meters. In 1 kilometer, there's how many meters? Kilo means 1,000. Okay, so now if I do my unit analysis, my kilometers will cross off, and my kilometers down here, they cancel each other out, and I'm left with meters in the numerator. Check, got that piece done. Now I need to convert from hours to seconds. I want my time in the bottom, and so my halve's going to go on the top. I have hours, and I want seconds. This is where I want you to elevate your understanding. We've been doing this. 1 over kilometers per hour. And we've been saying in 1 hour, there's 60 minutes, and in 1 minute, there's 60 seconds. What is 60 times 60? 3,600. So if I was to go kilometers per hour, I could go straight to in 1 hour, there's 3,600 seconds. Just go straight there. Because every multiplication or division step you add on, you add in an opportunity for error. I mean, if you can't remember, absolutely go step by step. Do kilometers or hours per minute and then minutes per seconds. And sometimes you don't know all those in between, and that's fine. But this is going to become second nature, like right away before we're done this unit. Okay, so I'm going to do this in 1 hour. There's 3,600 seconds, and I can see that my hours cross off, and I'm left with seconds in the denominator. So math is what? Besides that, we're going to go 85 times 1,000. Whoops. I got 23.611 repeating. Anybody get the same answer? Did I do my math right? Make sure you're punching it into your calculator. Okay, 2 things we need to pay attention to. This is you will learn the hard way. All the grade 12s will tell you you're going to learn the hard way. You need units. That's 0.5 marks. And you need sig digs. That's worth 0.5 marks. And the answer. So these 0.5 marks. So you get a half a mark for the right answer. You get a half a mark for units and sig digs. I have people that got the entire test right and only got like a 75% because they didn't do sig digs or proper scientific notation or put a unit in. Right now, what is 23.611? What is it? You have no idea until we do this. Oh, it's a speed. Otherwise, it's just a number. No units, it's just a number. Okay? And this is the unit I hit you extremely hard on that. Okay, 23.611 meters per second. Let's look back. The question gave me how many significant digits? 2. The answer gave me, right, a whole bunch. So I need 2. I've underlined the 2 that I need. 6 has an influence on the 3. So my answer is 24 meters per second. Okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Of course. See, Cameron, it's not just bio that I have weird sayings. It's just my life is a weird saying. What's next? What was the next one? C. Oops. Okay. Convert 25 meters per second to kilometers per hour. Well, start with what we know. We know 25 meters per second. What unit do we want to tackle first? Hours? Okay. So we're going to go from seconds to hours. Seconds, hours is in the denominator. So what I want is going to go down, and what I have is going to be up top. I have seconds, and I need hours. In 1 hour, there's how many seconds? 3,600. So, oh, we're not done. Misfire. Okay, next unit is meters and kilometers. Want, see my kilometers is in the numerator, so I put my want in the numerator. Have. I want kilometers, I have meters. In 1 kilometer, there's how many meters? 1,000. You guys are pros at this. What's my answer? 25 times. What'd you get, Rayleigh? 90, me too. I don't know, bud. I got a solid answer. It's really close to 90, but it's also not the right answer. So check your calculator. Oh, also, you guys have been in Math 30. Make sure you're paying attention to radians. So, make sure it's in degrees. Make sure your calculator's in degrees. Double check that right now, because we will be using degrees by the end of this unit. Okay, 90. 90 what? Kilometers per hour. Significant digits? 2. My answer should have 2. Perfect. All right, last one is D. Convert 2.0 years to seconds. The SI symbol for a year is A. Oh, so this little note, like on D, where it says, I'll show you, where it says the SI symbol for year is A. So if you see this in the future, 2.0A, That means 2.0 years. That's what that is telling you. However, we don't see that. But now you know. You know something somebody else doesn't know. Okay, 2.0 years. 1 over half. Can we go straight from years to seconds? I have no idea what that number is. Let's go smaller. What's smaller from years? Days. Let's do days. Okay. In 1 year, there's 365 days. Okay. Have days. What's smaller than a day? Hour. So in 1 day, there's 24 hours. And now I can make a big jump. I know hours to seconds. In 1 hour, there's 3,600 seconds. Okay, it's going to be a big number. So 2. What'd you get, princess? You can just read the numbers to me. Perfect. 2,000 what? What's our unit? Seconds. Okay, let's look back. How many significant digits do we have? 2. So if I go 2 here, the 0 has an influence on the 3. Does this say the right answer? No. So what do I need to do? Scientific notation. So I'm going to go, here's my invisible decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 10, or it's 7 tens. So I'm going to go 6.3 times 10 to the power of 7 seconds. Now I have 2 significant digits. That is the number that this is. Okay? Easy peasy? You guys are funny.